how to get your Message Magic started searching for contacts, new contacts, and how to send a message that they will respond to based on what you're searching for, and also how to send a message. So I think we ought to show people how to send a message so it shows in the text chat as well. Wow. And also so that you can do your follow-up, and then also how to save those contacts. Do I have it now right, Mary?
That sounds like more than an hour's worth. That's great.
It might be. So I'm going to my desktop. There's my Message Magic. I'm double clicking on it and opening up. So if you guys following along in the hot conference room want to follow along, you can open your Message Magic and we can do this together. So what is your word or term or whatever that we're going to be searching for, Mary?
Well, I was considering work from home or working from home.
Okay. Like I said in the past, it may be easier to pick a niche other than internet marketing or even your income opportunity, just to get people to chat with, to practice with at first.
Any suggestions are welcome. I have a couple of other areas too, if you would rather I not use that one. So.
Well, you know what? I think other people are going to choose that niche too. But just for the record, what would be some other niches that you might choose?
Well, I had dogs.
Dogs, okay.
Part-time online. Part-time income, maybe some.
Oh, okay. Part-time income online. Okay. Okay, dogs would be a good example of something that you'd be able to talk easily about, even though you may not be an affiliate of anything to help dog owners or anything like that. It still would be a great way to build a relationship, right?
Right.
Here's Message Magic. So let's do a search. I want to put dogs in there, but you want to do online from home?
Whatever. I'm flexible.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to put dog. I'm chickening out. Okay.
Now give me the reasons that you said there were good and bad things about working from home as a search pattern. Can you give me the downside?
I think that's a really good question. Okay, if you go working from home, then you're going to have to take an approach of connecting to real networkers as real people, which, by the way, you should be doing anyway.
Sure.
The downside of that is that if you don't get the just building the relationship part right, you know, if you don't get your mindset right on just building relationships first, just networking, then you'll send out a message with a link too soon and you'll ruin the connection. You'll ruin your list. But on the other hand, there's some really good ways on the upside. There's, you know, in other words, people that are working from home and who have that in their profile or somewhere maybe in their username. There, I put it in my search pattern, work from home, in the pattern box. People that they might get spam a lot, and they might be spammers, and they might just, you know, think that you're just promoting an income opportunity and not be interested. However, if you don't give any links and you only want to tell people that you did a search and you found them on Skype and you found out that they have some interest in work from home, and you just like to be friends, you know, and just share notes, just what are we learning on what's getting the best result. We can be in different business opportunities, I don't care. If you're sincere about that attitude, then you're networking. You're using Skype as it's intended, which is a communication tool rather than an advertising tool. So you don't want to use Skype as an advertising tool. Newsflash, for some, for many. So the downside is that if you don't have the right mindset, but you know what? You've inspired me. Let's go work from home.
We're using work from home?
We're using work from home. I'm not going to chicken out because I believe I have the right mindset. We'll see. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you don't hit search. That's the first mistake everybody makes, is they hit search after they enter the pattern words, the keywords. So we're going to do add. Click add, and you can see work from home shows up here.
Yes.
Okay, up at the top. And then you do, then you can do a search. So you can see activity going on at the bottom of the thing. You can see in the middle there's people populating. There's 19 that phrase found, which means you could do the search again. There's a lot more people that have work from home somewhere on their Skype than 19 people. But let's start with 19. Let's just stop right there and just take this one little basic step at a time. So it found 19, and you can see it populated that entire window. Now I can.
Hey, why did you get 19 and I have 15?
Because it's always going to be different, and they're probably different people. Maybe. And if you do another search, you might get the same 19 and I might get your 15. I mean, it wouldn't be exactly like that, but it's a real mixed up. It's a huge database.
Yes.
And so, like it says in the Advanced Users Guide, Skype isn't going to want to give you a list of hundreds or millions.
Okay.
So you can do the search again and gain more people. But let's just work with 19, because you know what? Some of them might be online, and we might actually get them chatting with us. You can see in the middle box you've got users. Okay, those are their usernames. I got Bestie, YL, and Chupeng78, and Def Dave, and people, all kinds of people that just don't use their names. Case in point, John Len 6661. That's good. Leon, you could probably guess those first names. Anyway, Nina, okay, we got a lot of them. All right, and they always say offline because you're not connected with them, so don't worry about the status. And remember, you can scroll in that center window with that bottom scroll bar. Scroll over, you don't see a display name, and then you see their full name. Somebody has a full name, work from home. Ask me. Henry, work from home. Tham, work from home. So these are actually what they've placed in their Skype profiles for their full name. They're not using their regular name. Here's a Jack Lou, thank goodness, there's someone. So we're going to talk about how to get them to tell us their name. We talked about that in training today. That's a good thing to track results with. How many will tell you their name? Okay, so now what we need to do is, before we're going to go over to the right side of the Message Magic window. And we've got to add contacts and send message. Well, you don't want to just add contacts. First of all, we have to go back to the center because we need to select. I left the video on the scroll bar in the center window all the way to the right. Make sure your scroll bar is all the way to the left where you can see all the usernames with boxes next to them. This is the second biggest mistake that most people do, is they don't select all, which is a button way over in the upper right corner. All those blue buttons there, select all, is a good thing to use, and it checks them all. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you have a reason to uncheck someone you happen to recognize for some reason, you can always uncheck them individually. That's a good way to do it. And if for some reason you want to unselect all, of course, you've got that button too. Unselect all, and boom, they're all unselected. So we're just going to do select all right now. So before you add any contacts, it's probably the third biggest mistake people make once they're in their software for the first time, is now before we add contacts, we have to write a message. Because when you add the contact, it will send them a add contact, become my friend on Skype message. So you don't want to just add contact, because it will go with the default message and they won't know anything about you or why the heck they would want to connect with you. They won't have a clue as to why you're connecting with them. Anyone sending me a message to add me as a Skype contact, please always tell me why, and do it both in the add contact message that will be sent